Hi, my name is Mariana, and I am going to talk about the abortion. But first, let me give you a little bit of context. First, the abortion is penalized mostly on underdeveloped countries like in South America, Africa, and Middle East. In Mexico, only 3 states is completely allowed the abortion, specifically Mexico City, Veracruz, and Oaxaca. The only reasons why a woman can have an abortion in the other states is if the life of the woman is in risk, if the woman has been raped with a complaint, and if the product has a severe malformation. Each state has different reasons, but these ones are the principal. The legalization of the abortion is very important because even though it's penalized, there are thousands of clandestine abortion, in which most of them are not done in the best way, putting in risk the life of the woman. And the penalty of this one is based on a religious beliefs and the government trying to be paternalistic. In addition, the Supreme Court of Mexico declared the criminalization of the abortion as unconstitutional. Now, I am going to talk about Judith Thomson, that was a philosopher that wrote about ethics and metaphysics, but I am going to concentrate on her book A Defense of the Abortion, specifically on the case of the violinist. So, you have to imagine that one day you wake up next to a well-known violinist who has a kidney failure, and the Society of Music Lovers discovers that you are the only one who have his type of blood, and you are the only one who can save him. The society kidnaps you and connects you so he can live, and in the hospital they told you that they are very sorry for your situation, and if they had known they wouldn't have done that procedure. But now you can disconnect because that means that the violinist will die. But don't worry, because this only will last 9 months because he will be cured and able to disconnect. This example is useful because it's very similar to what happens in an unwanted pregnancy. The difference is that unless you give the baby up for adoption, that responsibility will not last only 9 months. It will last years or even the rest of your life, having to submit to that because the right of the life exists. The right of the autonomy doesn't seem to be fair, and even more when you put it in this way. Now I am going to talk about 3 arguments that I found, and I think that they are very interesting. Well, the first one is that the fact that this procedure has been done without your consent is an allegory of the cases of the pregnancy due to rape, and how many people, including the law, support the abortion only if it is in the case of rape, because it was not the responsibility of the woman to get pregnant. Now, thinking that you don't have the right to an abortion because you were aware of having sexual relations, but it doesn't seem to be fair because you are not responsible of the fact that you are the only one who can have that baby. Another argument in favor of the pro-life side is the difference between letting die and killing. In the case of the violinist, by disconnecting him, you would let him die due to the failure of his kidneys. Unlikely in the abortion, since it's directly killing someone, it's worse, but within the philosophy has been very discussed about which is worse, then also goes into a new, different, and very complicated debate that we don't have time to discuss right now. Finally, the third argument, that it's the relationship you have with this. In one, you are connected with someone that you don't know, and in the abortion, you have your son. But even that If it's a familiar, you don't have the responsibility of putting your body in that situation. Another example is the case of Shim and McFaw that it's already explained in my last video. So, what we can conclude about this theme? Well, I think that the abortion should be legalized because you are not going to make to all the women to have an abortion, and in the difference that of the penalization, you are making that all the women have that baby, and doesn't seem to be fair. So I think that that's all. Thank you for staying at the end of my video. Goodbye.